Hello, and welcome to the Home Office Management Expert Podcasts. I'm Helene Liatsos, the home-based business expert. I have done a series of podcasts to help you, the listener, start your own home-based business. I hope you like them and that you find them very useful.
Next in line with what you have to obtain is a business license. In most cities, you are required to obtain a license, which is basically permission to run a business, and it is sometimes known as an annual business tax. Each type of business has its own classification. Most of us are under the professional code, but there are businesses that fall under manufacturing or agricultural. Again, much depends on where you live and the business you are operating. You get this license from the city clerk's office. The first year, you pay a base rate, but then for each year afterward, you will get a form where you will enter the amount of money you made the prior year, and based on that amount, a percentage of it you need to pay to the business license tax. Fortunately, in many cities across the country, they have raised the amount of income you need to generate before you pay the tax. The amount that I have heard recently is $100,000. So if you made under $100,000, you do not have to pay. But once again, I caution you to check with your city to make sure what the rules are. Moving up the ladder from the city level to the state level, we are now looking at sales tax and how it affects the sale of your product. Sales tax is governed by the state, and it pertains to sale of products, not services. So if you are an attorney or an accountant or a consultant, then this does not apply to you. But if you are selling a physical, tangible product, then you are obligated to pay the state the sales tax it imposes on the exchange of goods only between seller and buyer. In most places, the state agency that handles sales tax is known as the State Board of Equalization. Once again, I recommend that you visit your state's website and learn all that you need to know about your state's sales tax and how to obtain the seller's permit. This permit is free and can be requested via the internet in most states. The overall information you need to know is that sales tax is paid by the end user. This is the person who buys the finished product and takes it home to use. Based on the amount of money you expect to make and that you have recorded on your form when you applied for the seller's permit, you will get a sales tax return form. You will receive this form either monthly, quarterly, or annually. Obviously, the more money you make, the more often you have to prepare the form and mail it in along with the sales tax you collected. Let's work through an example. Let's say you sell a product for $20 and your sales tax is 8%. The total amount of your sale is then $21.60. That is what you collected from the customer, and that is what you deposited into your bank account. But that is not the amount that you get to keep. The $1.60 that you collected over and above your sale price of $20 is what you still owe the state. This can get very confusing and very labor-intensive because you have to keep very accurate records. A good accounting program, software program, I should say, can help. You can show the deposit in the total amount, which is $21.60, but you can separate it out in specific categories to show actual sale amounts and actual sales tax collected. If you do this each time you make this type of a deposit, the sales tax will increase. And you could see at every given moment how much money you owe to the state for sales tax. This will help you plan accordingly to make the payment when it comes due. Along with the seller's permit, you can get what we call a resale certificate. And with the certificate, you can purchase the materials you need to make your product and not pay sales tax on them. This is important to remember, so let me repeat it. A resale certificate is issued to you when you obtain a seller's permit. This allows you to buy the materials you need to make your product, because sales tax is not paid on the manufacturing process. The sales tax is paid on the finished product. Once again, seller's permit is what you need to obtain for collecting sales tax. Let me give you another example of how you use your seller's permit. Let's say you make leather goods, wallets, belts, and purses. You will need to get a seller's resale certificate to go to the suppliers and purchase leather, threads, buttons, zippers, studs, and other decorative items. You give the suppliers a copy of your resale certificate and buy the items you need without paying sales tax. Sales tax is not paid along the manufacturing process. It is only paid when the product is finished and is purchased by the end user. Conversely, if you are the one selling these goods and someone comes to you to buy them to make leather goods, then you collect the resale certificate from them and you keep it on file. You can call an 800 number that you can verify a certificate if you think for some reason it is not valid. Once again, let me emphasize how important it is to become familiar with your state's sales tax rules and regulations. In many states, they offer a free class for business owners, and that will explain everything you need to know about seller's permits.
That's our podcast for today. If you want to get all the steps to starting your own home-based business, go to www.thehome-office.com. I offer an online course, a digital DVD, and an ebook, all on the subject of how to start and operate your own home-based business. I'm sure that one of those will be right just for you. Once again, please visit www.thehome-office.com. And remember, my motto is love what you do and the lifestyle will follow.